It's time for the SME conversation this morning on Wake Up Nigeria. And today we're having a conversation with Anwuli Anenih, a creative director at Camine. She's here to share some awesome insights on the fabric and shoemaking business. She's also a Made in Nigeria advocate. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm well, thanks.
Now, you are known in particular for your Ashoke bags and shoes and all. But then I like to go a step back into history. What was your decision to start producing shoes and bags, accessories basically?
Well, we're going to go way, way back, all the way to 2003. My older sister had an issue with finding shoes, her size, and she went into Gina Shoes and they said, oh, we'll take three months to make your shoes in a 43. And she was like, no, we're not having that.
To make size 43?
One pair of shoes, one pair of slides.
Wow, you just reminded me of my life one time. I mean, even in school.
It was hard.
Yeah, my parents used to have a cobbler make my shoes.
Yeah.
Because I had big feet.
Yes.
And most school sandals then end at 40, maybe 41 if they're being generous. So if you're 42 or a big 42, on your own. So I can totally relate.
Exactly. So I mean, there was Barrett, there was Long Tall Sally, but she thought, you know what, I'll start my own brand. And literally, I got drafted in. You can design, can't you? So yeah, you do it. And I got sent off to shoemaking school, and literally we went to Italy to find factories where they make our shoes by hand. And so that's what we did, and that was how this all started. When I came back to Nigeria in 2006 for my NYSC, I thought, okay, you know what, no one else is here, so I think I'm going to have to start something by myself. So I started Camine, and that's literally how it started. Yeah, and so that's it. Got married, moved to Benin City. It kind of, was up and down for a bit, and then we moved to Lagos in 2020, but then COVID hit, and so it was like, okay, everybody stay home. But in 2021, I decided it was time to start everything again and see how it would go. And I started with Ashoke, and people loved them.
Of course.
So we've just kept going. We've left the shoes for a bit because, I mean, 39 and a half, 39 wide. There are just too many variables with shoes. So I've decided to focus on bags for now.
Oh, yes. Talk about the variables. Especially when people want to buy made to fit. You would have to get the fit.
You have to be perfect.
It's not like when you're buying a store-bought shoe of size 40, size 42,
there's a standardized.
Or there's a standardized. But when people are doing made to
custom
fit, one custom made,
they want it perfect.
Right. So I can totally relate.
Yeah.
But then, how do you source your fabric?
I have to say, I'm actually really grateful to the Yoruba people because the love for Ashoke and the partying and the events has made sure that there's a constant availability of Ashoke in the market.
Yeah.
So I go to the markets. I mean, I have a fantastic lady who basically gave me a fantastic history about Alari, Soyon, all sorts of fabric and where they were made and what I should use. And, so I settled on the double weave Ashoke, which is, very, very rich and, strong.
Yeah.
So I get my Ashoke from the markets, but I think it's time to start weaving my own designs, my own patterns, just to make them, for me alone.
All right. Yeah. So that way, when people even go to the market now, it's possible that I'll see a bag, an Ashoke fabric that will match with the bag I buy from Camine.
Yes, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's still possible.
Okay, you know what? Let's take a quick break.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Just a quick break. To me this morning on Wake Up Nigeria, and I've got the delectable Anwuli Anenih here of Camine. We've been talking about Ashoke. So far, so good, and all she's been able to achieve. It's nice to know you're still there.
Thank you.
Now, we were talking just before we took the break about sourcing your Ashoke, and you said, thankfully, just as this is something that always makes me happy when people say, "Oh, we source it locally," because I've seen people say even things that locally produced, they source it
abroad.
Abroad, yes.
Oh wow!
And you'd be amazed at the things that I've heard being sourced abroad.
Okay.
So this is actually commendable, but it means that you're also doing great for local industries and all.
Yes.
And I know I jokingly talked about the fact that, well, does that mean that we could find a Kami bag that matches our Ashoke for an event? And you're like, well, the possibility
At this moment,
this
yes.
is gorgeous. Let's talk
Thank
about
you.
this bag here. This is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I love the finishing. I'm going to tell you that. I've seen Ashoke bags, Ankara bags. This one has a good finish.
Thank you.
And the thing is this, even when you can tell that it's been worn, in the sense that it's been used for a while, you can still see that it's strong, it's sturdy. And that's a thing I've noticed with Ashoke. Ashoke is a fantastic,
super durable.
very durable.
I tell people I see Ashoke as my leather. So I used to use leather, and I thought, what's the best substitute for leather? And Ashoke is perfect. You can bend it, you can twist it, you can manipulate it in ways that you can do with leather. So for me, it was a perfect choice.
You could stiffen as well.
Oh yes, oh yes, perfect. It's perfect. I really love it.
So I know one thing about entrepreneurs. You're in bags now. What else do you intend to do with Ashoke?
Already we make blankets, we make table mats, we make jackets.
All with Ashoke?
All with Ashoke. So I'm slowly moving into clothing because I am a designer, I'm a creative, so it doesn't just stop at bags or shoes. I mean, it's such a wide, space to work with. So we're going to do a lot.
Yeah. All right, so doing a lot. Let me even go back to even your brand name, because when I was reintroducing you when we came back from the break, it suddenly occurred to me that there's no Q in your name. There's no Ami in your name. And I know Nigerians, we're just like Asians. We need to have something with our names. But we rarely ever go for random names. So I'm wondering, what is Kami about?
Okay, Kami is a weird one. It's an acronym, actually. So it literally is Quality Accessories Made in Nigeria.
Interesting.
So, I was feeling really clever.
That is so Nigerian, by the way. I just knew there would still be that Nigerian
There would still be made in Nigeria
If we don't
somewhere.
use our initials, we're using Chingo Nigeria Limited. So yeah,
yes. So for me, it was. I mean, I had to find. I was obsessed with Made in Nigeria at that time. I still am, and so I thought, okay, this kind of works. And then I thought, oh, how clever of me. But, sometimes when I have to explain, I'm like, this is what it means.
Talking about being clever, I find it really clever what you're doing with the duvet, the curtains, the bedspread, and
table mats,
I've always thought that curtains are best made with Ashoke. For many reasons.
They're perfect.
People forget that Ashoke literally soaks in dirt.
Heat, cold, everything.
Everything.
It is such a perfect
I'm surprised
fabric.
commercial enterprises aren't using Ashoke.
It's very expensive.
Regular fabric. It is expensive.
But so I thought about it because I said, why aren't hotels, curtains, do an Ashoke room, furniture, everything? But when you think about buying Ashoke in such huge quantities, it does become very expensive.
But it is durable.
It's so durable. I know someone who's been carrying her duffel bag for over a year. She's like, I normally change my bags, but I just can't. She literally cannot take the things out and swap. And she doesn't understand why it's not dirty. It's like, but it's fabric, it's not leather. Why is it? I'm like, I don't know. I just know that's what it is. So it's perfect. To me, it's perfect for everything. For everything.
So if I wanted to buy this bag from you, how much would it cost?
Well, the resale price for this bag is 80,000 naira.
80,000 naira. Yeah. Considering the craftsmanship, the quality of the Ashoke, because Ashoke does have different grades.
Yes.
That's another thing people don't realize.
Yes.
Because when you're talking about, it's expensive, I'm sure somebody's like, it's not the Ashoke I
exactly
got
for 5K.
4,000-5,000 naira.
Literally heard about that this weekend, and I was shocked.
Yes.
That Ashoke was you could actually get it at that price.
Yes, you can.
But then when I touched it and I saw it, I'm like, this is never going to work for me.
Yeah.
So we have to start from the double
lower
weave,
quality for certain people,
which I don't.
I can imagine.
So I'm never going to use it. So there's a certain quality of weave that I have to have for my product and my pieces to end up as they are.
The way you want them to. Okay. So what are we projecting for Kami? What should we expect in the near future?
Wow, a lot. I've been doing this for a while, and with, we're the haters, and then I came back in 2021. So there's a lot. I keep telling people I have sketchbooks full of designs. So we're going into clothing, hopefully this year. Do a bit more in the home area. So it's basically going to transform, move from Camin bags to Camin lifestyle.
Oh, nice.
So basically we're going to just have it,
That sounds really amazing. And you know what? I wish it well in this venture.
Thank you so much.
This is gorgeous,
Thank
I'll
you.
tell you. All right, at this point, we have to take a break. We're at the top of the hour. We still have 45 minutes on the other side. Just stay with us. We'll be right back. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria.